Hello and welcome to the Daily Meal for Monday the 5th of April 2021. Fantastic result today. We went away to Stoke City and we won 2-1. It was the first win for a very long time since Stephen Reid was playing for the team a long time ago. You'll see it. If you've seen yesterday's video, you'll know how long ago it was. I talked about it there, but we did what I didn't think we would do and go out there and win. And we won 2-1. And if you watched the games, pretty much panned out how I thought it would be. I think the team was set up. It wasn't set up right. We didn't play well, and we conceded a goal. But luckily, we actually scored the first goal from Millwall's set piece. So the set piece play got us a goal, thankfully. And then Stoke scored, taking advantage of us not playing properly. Changes were made at half time, which I said would happen, and we played it infinitely, probably about 6 or 7 times better than we did in the first half. It was like night and day. You could say that was the players, you could say it was the system, but we won, so there you go. Mason Bennett strikes late to seal Lions win. This is from skysports.com. Mason Bennett's 6th goal of the season. I think that's the most he scored in a season, because I told you in a previous video that so far Mason Bennett, this was his peak season in terms of games played, goals scored. He had one season that was slightly close, but he's done better than that this season. So this is peak Mason Bennett we're seeing here. So Mason Bennett's 6th goal of the season secured Mill's 2-1 win at Stoke in the Sky Bet Championship. Bennett was the beneficiary of Danny Bath's slip as he tapped in Jed Wallace's pass after 71 minutes. Earlier, Jacob Brown had cancelled out Murray Wallace's opener on the Bet365 Stadium. The Lions' victory made it a hat-trick of wins on the bounce as they remained within touching distance of the playoffs. Stoke will likely have to settle for a place in the second tier next season after their own 3-match unbeaten streak was ended by Gary Rowett's team. Michael O'Neill's side now 11 points off the top 6. Despite enjoying most of the possession and chances in the first half, Stoke found themselves behind to Wallace's first goal of the season. That's Murray Wallace. There's 2 Wallaces. Murray Wallace. The defender had already gone close with a header that he glanced wide, and set pieces looked to be Mill's most likely route to goal. Yes, because we couldn't string 2 passes together. A corner fell to Jake Cooper after being wedged between a group of players in the box, and his hanging cross found George Evans. Evan cushioned his header into the path of the 27-year-old to scramble home past Adam Davies, but the lead was not to last. Stoke would have felt aggrieved to be behind after Bartosz Bieszkowski had been forced into saves from Brown and Nick Powell. Powell had been at the heart of all of Stoke's good play with intricate passing and clever thinking, and his raking pass set Stephen Fletcher free 5 minutes after Mill's opener. The Scots scuff shot found its way through to Brown, who coolly slotted his 4th goal of the season under Bieszkowski at the near post. Rowett's decision to bring on Mikael Keftenbeld at the break gave Millwall much more control in the second half, and he deservedly got the winner 19 minutes from time. An innocuous ball down the left looked to be comfortable for Bat, but his untimely slip let in Wallace, and he kept his composure to square the ball for Bennett, who could not miss from close range. What the Stokes manager says, I'm very disappointed with the result, very disappointed with the second half performance, really. We showed 2 sides of our character today. First half we were excellent, really good play, but we conceded a poor goal after 3 clean sheets and conceded another poor goal in the second half. It was a defensive error that cost us. I didn't think we'd lose the game, to be honest, but the second half of our tempo dropped. Our energy dropped, and ultimately, these are the situations we faced a lot of the season where we've not been able to play at the same level for long enough. Mill's Gary Rowett said, I'm really pleased. It's a difficult place to come. Stoke are not only a very physical side, but they've got some really good players as well. I felt first half they were the better side. We played Jed Wallace around John Obi Mikel, thinking that he could run off him and get into good positions, but Miguel's experience dragged Jed away into areas he didn't want to be. To go in at 1-1 at half time, I was displeased because we were 1-up and we conceded a very poor goal, but I couldn't really complain because I could see it coming. I thought second half was completely different. We made the change to get an extra midfielder in there, and I thought we controlled the game second half. And we were in a better side. It looked like we had more energy, and we moved the ball around. So there you go. That's that from skysports.com. And if you're wondering why I don't mention this and this, it's because that's for tomorrow's video. It will be a stats video. The day after a game, I always do a stats video. So we've got this from Stoke-on-Trent Live, and basically it looks like they just lifted Gary Rowett's entire post-match interview and just pasted it on their site. This is address is stokesentinel.co.uk, and it's a bit of a ropey website with ads and all that over there. So Stoke are not only a really physical side, but they've got some really good players in there too. Some technical players. I felt first half they were the better side. We played Jed Wallace around John Obi Mikel. I think he could run off him and get into good positions, but actually Mikel's experiences was allowing him to drag into areas he didn't want to be. I'll skip a bit. I thought the second half was completely different. We made the changes to get the extra body in midfield. No, we didn't create as much as we like. We got into some good positions. I know it was a mistake from Danny Batt who slid in, but it was a good finish, and I thought we looked by far the better side. Then it was just about whether we could defend for the final 10 or 15 minutes, and we never came under any serious threat of losing the lead. It was good play in the build-up to it. Scott Malone puts Billy Mitchell in, and it's a good play from Billy with Jed and Mason, who I thought were bright all game. They're not really strikers, but I thought they caused problems with their movement. I thought Jed was excellent today. When he comes off the front and just drifts into those little pockets, he's very dangerous. He's excellent on the ball and looked really, really bright. What I liked about our team in the second half was that we showed more belief. In the first half, it kind of looked like an end-of-season game with no atmosphere, and it was a little bit flat on the pitch. In the second, it looked like we had more energy, spirit, and we got something out of the game because of that. I'm pleased with my players' mentality. Maybe that's because you didn't set up the team properly, Gary Rowett. You played the 5-2-3 that we were playing before and it didn't work, and you went back to it after playing 5-3-2 just to get Zahora on the pitch for some reason, even though we've got a partnership that's working in Bennett and Wallace, in Jed and Mason, and you just wanted to shoehorn Zahora in. It didn't work, and when you put Kieftenbeld in, everyone was playing better. Everyone was playing better because the system was better. It was not about the players thinking they're on holiday. I think last season we finished 8th and we were disappointed with that because we felt as if we could have snuck in the playoffs. This season we're 9th at the moment, and we're a side that can go out there every game and see if we can win another one. We can't be blasé about where we finish. We just have to keep scraping and fighting. If that means putting pressure on the teams in the top areas of the division, that's our job. I'm not stupid enough to say we're going to finish in the top 6. We've got to try to win every game, and if we do, fabulous, that's our job. We've got fans at home who can't get to games, and the least we can do is give them something to cheer about and feel positive about at the end of the season. And the geezer says, it seems like you've got a really good record at the HRL clubs. And he says, I haven't really noticed, to be honest, not at all. I didn't feel any pleasure today at all. An important change at half times. The paperman gets it. I started Ken. He's not fit and not trained enough, but I just felt his physical presence would give us something to play off and get around Mikel. That's John Obi Mikel. But I just felt Mikel's experience caused us a problem, and the likes of Powell dropping in and picking up the ball in pockets. I felt we had to almost match them up there, and actually it gave us more energy. We started passing the ball really well and getting into good areas. We probably did to them in the second half what they did to us in the first. I was really pleased about that because we're not the sort of team that finds it easy to play around teams, but I thought we had more brightness, more energy than Stoke, and we got into good areas. The question then was, with 2 strikers, could we go and score the goal? We tried. It wasn't easy to come up by chances, but we had to be alive to the mistake and make the most of it to finish it off, which we did. And then the guy says, a remarkable turnaround since the turn of the year. 4 wins in 5 now. How difficult has it been to keep the run going when you're in mid-table? Not difficult at all. I'm a football manager, paid to do my job, and it's my job to motivate the players. Regardless of how many injuries we've got, or regardless of losing key players, we have to put a team out there who can be competitive. That's the same for every manager up and down the country. It's probably the easiest job ever. Regardless of the state of the season, you have to have that pride to win games. That's all you can do, like every team and every manager. You're just trying to keep the season alive. It's the worst feeling in the world to have no fans at the game and then to feel like the game doesn't matter and have the season peter out. It will be a horrible end. So we're very determined to see if we can keep going and then go into next season knowing hopefully there's a chance of fans being back everywhere, and we'll all be pleased about that. So what's the latest on the injuries? It seems like for every injured player who returns, a fit player becomes injured. We lost Sean Hutchinson, which is a huge blow to us. Hutch is having a scan to find out the severity of that, but I imagine he won't play again this season. Rhineland is still a couple of weeks away. It was nice to get Mikel, I think he means Keftenbeld, out there. We couldn't start him because of how long he's been out, but we'll keep patching up and we'll see if we can come to places like this. Certainly it would have been nice. This is why I'm putting you through all this stuff, just to get to this bit here. It would have been nice to be able to bring on Sam Vokes, Sam Clucas and James McLean. At one point I saw all three of them warming up, and it would be lovely to have that option, but we've got a bunch of fighters and we'll keep going to see how long the season stays alive. First of all, James McLean is an absolute fucking cunt. You shouldn't even be talking about him because Mill fans hate him with a passion. He's just an idiot who's been, because of his footballing ability, given a platform to chat shit. And then he's Sam Vokes. What's Sam Vokes done? What's he done? He was like the kid, the wonder kid who never come good and never grew up into a decent footballer. What's he done? He's done nothing. Why is he bigging up these players? Did he sign these players when he was at Stoke? I don't understand why he's bigging them up. They didn't win the game. We won the game. We won 2-1. Big up Murray Wallace. Big up Mason Bennett. Big up Jed Wallace. Big up our players. Don't big up the opposition players. Well, what is this shit that he's talking here? You fucking serious? And that was the end of it there. So I just wanted to read all of this because that was there at the end. I don't know. Here's the thing though. He might have been saying that because he was still talking to the guy from Stoke. He might know this guy who's asking him the questions, so he might be like fluffing him up a little bit about their players. So it might be that. I'm sure if he was talking to the South London press, he wouldn't be saying that. Maybe he wouldn't. But this little thing there just really hit a nerve with me. So I thought I'll share that with you. If you think I'm wrong, get in the comments and tell me to shut the fuck up. You can do that. I won't mind. I won't cry like a little bitch. I'm going to move on now to this is from londonnewsonline.co.uk, which is South London Press's online website, and it says Mill boss Gary Rowett was pleased with the way his side took their chances in their win at Stoke. Jed Wallace capitalised on Danny Bat's error to feed Mason Bennett for Mill's winning goal, and the Mill boss was delighted with the efforts of his front pair. He said yes, our boys were alert to the mistake and it was a good play in the build-up. Scotty Malone puts Billy Mitchell in. It's a late run and a good play from Billy. Jed and Mason were a bright old game. They're not really strikers, but they cause problems with their movement and good play. I thought Jed was excellent today when he just comes off the front and drifts into those little pockets. Then he's very dangerous. He was excellent on the ball and looked really bright. What I liked about our team in the second half was that we just showed a bit more relief. First half it looked like an end of season game with no atmosphere. It was a bit flat on the pitch, but second half we had more energy and spirit and got something out of the game because of that. I'm pleased with my players' mentality. The result saw Mill move up to 9th in the table. They now have won 4 of their last 5 games, but still 8 points off the top 6. But Rowett said his side will keep this season alive for as long as they possibly can. Rowett said, "We finished 8th last season. We were disappointed in the end as we felt we could have snuck into the playoffs. We're 9th at the moment. We're a side that just go out there every game, see if we can win another game." Yeah, and that's pretty much what the other guy said. Yeah. So there's that. So that's Gary Rowett. And here we go. I just wanted to finish with showing you this. This is was put up on Millwall FC's Twitter. There's Lurch there. If you go to the games, you will know Lurch. They've got him wearing a kit for some reason. Is he in the coaching team? I don't know. It's the kit man. He's the assistant kit man now. There's the players. They just all seem really happy and glad to have won that game. All really happy, all really pleased that we won. It's fantastic, isn't it? Feeling winning 2 games in a row over Easter. There's Lurch there. He's wearing gloves for some reason. I know it was windy, but anyway. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.